Hey everybody, what's up? This is Flashstack. Welcome back. I'm going to be dueling Sam Chung today, and we're going to be using Lunalights. Now, what Lunalights are, they're a fusion archetype. They're going to be coming out in Shining Victories like the new Blue Eye support and the Morphages. And they do have pendulum monsters, and what their goal is the ability to, oh damn it. Their ability is they have fusion monsters that can attack multiple times, deal a lot of damage, and yeah, it's basically just a beat-down deck. But against Fluffles, I do not know how that's going to work. Let's see. This isn't exactly my best hand. No fright for cards in the grave. Whew. What? Oh boy. This does not look good. They're replenishing their hand. Oh boy. And just like that, Sheep is on their side of the field. Okay, I think I can work with this. So we'll discard in order to add polymerization to our hand. Okay. Next, we will Okay, I'll activate the effect of Lunalight Tiger in order to special summon Black Sheep. Fuse it together with Crimson Fox in order to special summon Lunalight Cat Dancer. And then Sheep's effect activates, which allows me to add Lunalight Crimson Fox to hand. Okay, so we'll summon Lunalight White Rabbit, and Rabbit's effect allows us to special summon Black Sheep. We'll use Rabbit's effect to send that face down card back to their hand. And then, let's see. And then I guess we'll set a card face down and we'll attack Fluffle Dog. It's the only thing I could think of at this point. But we have Lunalight Reincarnation Dance, so we will be able to I'm only attacking once. I don't know what's going on here, but With that, I'll... Wait. Okay. With that, I'll end my turn. Let's see what they can do. Oh, come on. Fluffalow. Oh boy, I'll be back in a minute. And just like that, only gains 600. It's 2,500. So that's minus 1,700. And then I lose 2,600. And that's that. Oh boy, this is going to be very, very difficult. Okay, so we'll use Refusion to special summon Lunalight Cat Dancer. And then I will normal summon Lunalight Crimson Fox. So this is going to be extremely difficult to pull off because I have no clue. I guess I have to use Tiger's Effect. I'll special summon White Rabbit in defense mode. Then to the grave. Tiger attack is now 0. So we attack twice. Wow. And then uh, uh, and then attack, attack, And with that, I will end my turn. So, it seems that things are going okay. Oh boy. Only it's 2,800. I'm fine with that. I mean, this is very simple because it doesn't retain its boosted attack when it leaves the field. And I think I got just what I needed. Set the scale with Lunalight Wolf. With its ability, banish Cat Dancer and Crimson Fox. Just diffusion summon Panther Dancer. Okay. Well, that's that then. Let's take a quick look at the deck, shall we? Okay, so there are a few cards in here that are a bit errant and they don't really need a place, but I'm going to leave those out for now and just focus on the main stuff and go back to those later. So, Lunalight Black Sheep, you can discard this card, then activate one of these effects. Add one Lunalight monster from your graveyard to your hand except Lunalight Black Sheep, or add one Polymerization from your deck to your hand. And when it's sent to the graveyard as a fusion material for a fusion summon, you can choose one Lunalight monster in either your grave or face up in your extra deck, except Lunalight Black Sheep, and add it to your hand. So this is basically the biggest searcher of the group, and you're going to want to have this most of the time. There's also, we also have Lunalight Blue Cat. If this card is special summoned, you can target one Lunalight monster you control except Lunalight Blue Cat. Its attack becomes double its original attack until the end of this turn. You can only use the effect of Lunalight Blue Cat once per turn. If this card on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon one Lunalight monster from your deck. Lunalight Crimson Fox. When this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Its attack becomes 0 until the end of this turn. During another player's turn, when a card or effect is activated that targets a Lunalight monster you control, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Negate the activation. If you do, both players gain 1,000 life points. This card right here is sure if there's a card or effect that targets a Lunalight monster you control, or monsters, then you can negate it, and so they get 1,000 points too, but that's nothing in comparison to that card effect that could have activated. Lunalight Purple Butterfly. This one I don't really know much about it. I haven't used it much. You can send this card from your hand or face up from your side of the field to the graveyard, then target one Lunalight monster you control. It gains 1,000 attack until the end of this turn. You can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon one Lunalight monster from your hand. You can only use that effect once per turn. And the last regular Lunalight monster is Lunalight White Rabbit. When this card is normal summon, you can target one Lunalight monster in your graveyard except White Rabbit, special summon it in defense position. Once per turn, you can target one spell or trap card your opponent control. You can target spell or trap cards your opponent controls up to the number of Lunalight monsters you control. Return them to the hand. So you're always going to want to normal summon this thing after you have everything done. Then you have the Pendulum monsters, Lunalight Tiger and Lunalight Wolf. Lunalight Tiger, you could target one Lunalight monster in your graveyard, special summon it, but cannot attack. Its effects are negated, also destroy it during the end phase. And Lunalight Wolf, you cannot Pendulum summon monsters except, well, you cannot Pendulum summon monsters except Lunalight monsters. This effect cannot be negated. Simple. Once per turn, you could fusion summon one Lunalight fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing fusion materials listed on it from your side of the field or your graveyard. Simple enough, right? Oh yeah, I forgot the monster effects. If a Lunalight monster you control attacks defense position, it does piercing. And this one, if this card on the field is destroyed by a card or by battle or card effect, you can target one Lunalight monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You can only use that effect once per turn. So now that we got most of the monsters out of the way, except for two up in the top left, and I'll cover those later. Fire Formation Tenki. When this card is activated, you can add one level 4 or lower Beast Warrior type monster from your deck to your hand. All Beast Warrior type monsters you control gain 100 attack. You can only activate one Fire Formation Tenki per turn. So since all these are Beast Warriors, they all gain the 100 attack. And you can add any Lunalight monster except Wolf to your hand. Fusion Recovery. Target one polymerization and one fusion material that was used for fusion summon in your graveyard. Add them to your hand. So use this to just completely just fusion again and again and again. We all know what polymerization does. Fusion Substitute, it's always treated as polymerization. I don't know if you're allowed to have 3 copies of polymerization and then another copy of Fusion Substitute. I guess you might not, because they're all treated as polymerization. It does the same thing as polymerization, but you could banish this card from your graveyard and target one fusion monster in your graveyard. Return it to the extra deck, then draw one card. So it doesn't have as much use as regular polymerization, the fact that since we have multiple copies and we're allowed to fusion summon so easily, we don't really need Fusion Substitute. But getting that extra card to draw is helpful. Refusion, as you might have seen, you pay 800 life points, select one fusion monster in your graveyard, special summon it, and equip it with this card. When this card is destroyed, remove that equipped monster from play. However, if the monster is destroyed, the monster is already in the grave and no longer equipped to this card when refusion is destroyed, so you can't banish it. A Fire Formation Kaio. During the turn this card is activated, if a Beast Warrior type monster you control attacks defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. This applies even if this card leaves the field. All Beast Warrior type monsters you control gain 300 attack. So combine this with any of the fusion monsters, and that's a recipe for disaster for your opponent. Lunalight Reincarnation Device. If a monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, add up to 2 Lunalight monsters from your deck to your hand. You can only activate one Lunalight Reincarnation Device per turn. Simple enough. Mirror Force, we already know what that does. Now onto the fusion monsters. Lunalight Cat Dancer. You need 2 Lunalight monsters. This card cannot be destroyed by battle. Once per turn during your main phase. You can tribute one other Lunalight monster. Each monster your opponent controls cannot be destroyed by battle once per turn. Also, this card can attack all monsters your opponent controls twice each turn. These changes last until the end of this turn. When this card declares an attack, inflict 100 damage to your opponent. So even if you're going against an opponent where you can't deal piercing to them and they're in defense mode but they cannot be destroyed, such as Blue Brawler or Marshmallow, don't worry. You could just continuously attack them with this monster and they'll lose 100 repeatedly. And then eventually you might get a card that can deal piercing. So yeah, that's a +2. Lunalight Panther Dancer. You need 1 Lunalight Cat Dancer and 1 other Lunalight monster. Must be fusion materials with the above. Must first be fusion summoned with the above fusion materials. And then you could fusion summon it from the grave if need be. Special summon it from the grave. This card cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Once per turn during your main phase 1, you can activate this effect. Each monster your opponent controls cannot be destroyed by battle once per turn. Also, this card can attack all monsters your opponent controls twice. So it's basically Cat Dancer, except his higher attack, and it cannot be destroyed by card effects instead of not being able to be destroyed by battle. Also, if this card destroys an opponent's monster destroys any monster by battle, it gains 200 attack until the end of the battle phase. So, with its ability to attack multiple times, it can continuously rack up that damage. Now we have Lunalight Leo Dancer. You need Lunalight Panther Dancer and 2 Lunalight monsters. It can only be fusion summoned and cannot be fusion summoned other ways. Special summoned other ways. Cannot be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effects. This card can make a second attack during each battle phase. Once per turn, this card attacks a monster. At the end of the damage step, you can destroy all special summon monsters your opponent controls. So this is absolutely destructive to Pendulum decks. Also, we have 2 Xyz monsters here. Brotherhood of the Fire Fist, Tiger King. Just need 2 level 4 Beast Warrior type monsters. When this card is Xyz summoned, you could set 1 Fire Formation spell or trap card directly from your deck. So, Tenki immediately down there. Once per turn, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card and negate the effects of all face-up monsters currently on the field except Beast Warrior types until the end of your opponent's turn. And, well, the second effect isn't really needed, but you can use it. And onto the 2 that we skipped. Blackluster Soldier Envoy at the beginning. There are light and dark monsters in here, so it is possible to use. It's not really needed, but it's there. But the light ones are the Pendulum monsters, so unless their activation or summon is negated, they will not go to the grave. So I did put 1 more light monster in there just in case. Hunter of Black Feathers. While your opponent controls 2 or more face-up monsters, all of the same type, you can send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard to select and destroy 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. So, with a lot of archetypes being all of the same type, this card can deal some damage. Figuratively, not literally, because it only has 1700 attack, but hey, that's good too, but not the point. This can be used to whittle down your opponent's team if they have more cards than you, and they all have monsters of the same type. Anyway, that's all. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, if you want me to do a certain kind of deck, leave a comment down below, and I will get to that. Anyway, until next time, this has been Flashstack, and I will see you all later.